Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Well, good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the NBA Bit. If you were in the Northeast, I hope everything's fine. It was wild weather out here last night. We're just downpour, crazy wind. There was a 30-minute window this morning around like 8:15 where it wasn't raining. So I took the dog out. It's like 62 degrees in New York right now. There's branches down everywhere. It's wild. So if you're further east, I'm sure you're experiencing it now. I think more's coming. But anyways, wild start to the Monday. It was very dark. The sun finally came out for a little bit. Almost as dark as my NFL portfolio this weekend. We took a beating. Pretty good stuff all around, but that's not why we're here. That is not why we're here. We're here to talk some hoops. There was a lot of games this weekend, a lot of fun stuff. So we're going to go over the weekend's action, and then we're going to do a tiers game. We're going to do some tiers, all right? And I'm not talking crying your tears unless it's the Detroit Pistons, but we're gonna put our teams in tiers, see where we are. Who are the contenders? Who are the, what do you say, pretenders? Is that the fun rhyme that we do? But let's see, who do we got in the chat this morning? Bing Bong's up in here. Good to see Jump Shoot with a little Bing Bong. We got Sneeps. Yeah, you're experiencing the storm. Snoopaloop's here. It's happy. Answer the phone like Buddy the Elf Day. We've gone too far. Common Man's here. Joker Rock Roy. Good to see everybody. Do me a favor, like the stream, subscribe, put no, there's no hashtag. Sorry. Homies is up in here. Also, the dog's like freaking out this morning. What's going on, big dog? Couple of things. If you guys haven't checked out the other channels yet, I'm sure you have. But go check out you can find it all in the show notes. Team Hold Sports channel, which cruised past 1,000 subs over the weekend. We're at 1050 now, 1055, something like that. We'll have a new video coming out today or tomorrow, which is exciting. We also have, sorry, my dog is like freaking me out. We also have the So Rare channel, which we're doing a fun giveaway you can find over on Twitter, which is now up over 450, something like, no, 422. And then this channel right here, baby, we're at 11,016. We crossed that 11,000 mark over the weekend. Just out here grinding. I cannot figure out what the dog is doing right now, guys. Is he all right? Looks like he's gonna chuck. What's going on? Here, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play a video real quick. Yeah, congrats on the 11K. Let me get a mental health check in here, since clearly both me and the dog need one this morning. We'll be right back. But I'm just not gonna do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat, because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. Yeah, it's unclear what was going on there. We opened the door, and we're gonna see how he. Well, it's my wife's problem now, I guess. But all right, let's go. Let's dive into some of this weekend action. Steph Curry. I don't know if you guys saw this because it happened last night during the football game. Maybe you weren't paying attention, but I'll share Tom Habestrow's tweet here. Steph Curry's streak is broken. The streak is broken. 268 consecutive games of knocking down a three-pointer ended yesterday. He had a weird game yesterday. 268, and then he said you could stack the next 5 shooters on top of each other, and Steph's streak was longer, which is nuts. You see Dame right there with 101, Cam Johnson, Bogdan Bogdanović. Let's go, Conley, KD, and Trey Murphy. That's just wild. And it's funny just to be like, I never thought I'd see the day. But for real, I never thought I would see the day. I mean, he's going to get one, right? He's going to get one. Yeah, he had a weird game in a W that they got. Jump Shoot says they blame Top Shot as weekend challenge. There we go. Did they do a challenge this weekend? I forgot. Dog gets sick of the awful takes. Maybe Stan. I am going to have to poke my head back in there, I think, in a little bit. But yeah, pour one out for the Steph streak. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready to do some hoops? Ready to dive in? There's a lot of games this weekend, so some of them we'll talk a little bit more than others. But the Celtics who the Magic had their number, and on Friday the Celtics were like, what if we sit everybody? We're going to sit Al Horford. We're going to sit Kristaps Porzingis, even Luke Cornett. They were like, we don't need a big, because then they barely used one. Everybody on Live Before Lock on Friday was like, you got to play the Portuguese sensation Kita, and he like didn't start, barely played. They went real small. But the Celtics get 2 W's against the Magic, both on Friday and on Sunday. We'll do both of those games together. So on Friday, they won pretty handily, 128-111. Suggs got hurt in this game, and I felt so bad for him because he was cooking early, finished the game, I think, with 19-4. And it seemed like it was a really bad injury. And I was like, man, this dude runs poor. But he came back into the game. They taped it up. It looks like he's okay. Hopefully he just landed funny. Franz had 17, 5, and 5, nothing from Paolo. And then Tatum with a 30-point bomb. He had 36 and 4. And Jalen Brown at 18 and 4, won pretty handily. And then on Sunday, we'll just do both of those games together. Both of these are at home, by the way. So the Celtics, I think, are now moved to 14-0 at home this season. Have yet to lose there. They won 114-97. They got a Paolo game this time. Paolo had 36 and 10, which was a nice performance from him. But the Zinger returned with a double-double. He had 15 and 10. Jalen Brown led the way with 31 points. He had 31, 6, and 5. And then Jason Tatum with 23 and 8. So the Celtics, I don't think anybody's taking them seriously, because not that they're not taking them seriously. Let's rephrase that. They're not taking them serious. They are a serious team until the fourth quarter of a playoff game, right? And I think what we saw from that Celtics Pacers game kind of reinforced some of that as well. And so I don't think they're taking them serious as contenders, but I don't think anybody's like, yeah, they are the prohibitive favorite, even if Vegas will tell you that. And they just continue to win. They continue to win. I think they're on pace for like a 66 win season. I'm sure they will slow down. I think I saw something this morning. They are 9-3 against playoff teams or teams above 500, something like that, which I thought, like, their schedule's been tougher than most. I feel like every time we look at the schedule, the Bucks are playing the Wizards and the Sixers are playing the Pistons, right? And the Celtics continue to beat real teams. So anyways, I'm a homer, kid. Congrats to the Celtics going 2-0 this weekend against their new rival, the Orlando Magic. And shout out Weisberg and Sneeps, who were playbacking it over the weekend over on playback.tv/teamhold. So that's fun. Good for go Boston. Your cousin from Boston. The Pellies beat the Hornets 112-107. Zion had a double-double. He had 21 and 11. Jonas Valanciunas just beat him up down low. Beat him up 29 and 13. And then CJ McCollum at 19 and 5. Miles Bridges had 27 and 10. And then Scary Terry, baby, he dropped 36 and 4. I think my Charlotte Hornets take, or my Terry Rozier take, is if he's scoring 30 points a game for you, you're probably losing. And that's what's happening. That is what's happening. Shout out Scary Terry, though. When is the KD and Bing Bong giveaway over, says Roy? Once we hit 500. Once we hit 500, so we've got 78 more subs to go. We also have Live Before Lock. That always brings in a few more subs. So that'll be hopefully by the end of the day today. Hopefully by the end of the day, but most probably it's going to be like a holiday giveaway. It'll probably be on Friday's show. Sounds like the Wiz needs Scary Terry. Yeah, for real. For real. There was one other thing. Oh, there was something else that I wanted to mention here. I want to make sure I don't lose this. So I'm sorry if I'm like multitasking right now. Okay, I'll save that for when we get there. All right, let's keep going. The Sixers beat the Hornets. The Pistons 124-92. The Pistons are so bad, guys. The Pistons are so bad. I feel bad for them at this point. I feel bad for their fans. Pistons Reddit was going bonkers over the weekend. There was one of my favorite things that I've seen from Pistons Reddit this weekend was somebody put up something up there that said there are officially more Marvin Bagleys than Detroit wins this season. That is wild. There are officially more Marvin Bagleys than Pistons wins this season. If you just need something, maybe you're bored in a Zoom meeting today or something, or you need something to kill an hour, just sift through Pistons Reddit. It is juicy in there. It is juicy in there. But anyways, Embiid, man, is so good. 35 and 13 in 29 minutes. I think anytime you score more points than minutes, it's impressive. I don't think he's played a fourth quarter since November. He's been dominant. Now they've been playing some bad teams, right? The Sixers have been playing some bad teams. Let me see if I can actually pull that up real quick here. But it's not like they've been crushing the best teams in the East or anything like that. I think they are actually under 500 when it comes to going against playoff teams, although I might have just made that up. The Sixers now, right, after this weekend's action are 18-7 and only 2 games behind the Celtics. But when you look at the teams they've played, right, like their last okay, ready here. Let's go over their last 10 games. They beat the Hornets. They beat the Pistons twice. They beat the Wizards. They beat Atlanta. They beat the Wizards. So that was their last 6 games. One more time. Oh, no, 5. One more time. Hornets, Pistons, Wizards, Hawks, Wizards. That's their last 6. Then they lost to the Celtics and Pels. They beat the Lakers and Thunder. Lost to the Wolves and Cavs. Beat the Nets, the Hawks. Then they beat the Pacers, the Pistons. They beat the Celtics, Wizards, Suns, Rats. So anyways, they haven't played a lot of great teams recently, but good for them. Here we go. Maddie says, reportedly the Pistons have kicked the tires on Miles Bridges. I kind of hope they get him. Then I can have an excuse to stop rooting for this team. Oh, is that real? I didn't. Sometimes I don't know how serious the Detroit stuff is. But yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. Anyway, so Detroit wins that game pretty handily. James Wiseman had 20 and 13. I was ready to say, hey, don't play Wiseman anymore and So Rare, but it looks like Beef Stew is going to miss some time. So now it's the Bagley and Wiseman who were competing this offseason for the backup 5 minutes are now the only 2 options you got. And Boyan dropped 17. Poor Boyan. Get that man out of there. Wizards beat the Pacers 137-123. Pretty piss poor performance for the Pacers this weekend. Hallie was questionable in this game. I think he ended up sitting the second of the back-to-back. He had 19 and 11. Isaiah Jackson had 20 and 13. Kuz dropped 31, 5 and 4. And then we got a Jordan Poole game. We got both sides of the Jordan Poole coin this weekend. We hit 38 and 4 from him in this game. And then Corey Kispert off the bench had 23. We're going to share a Poole clip in a little bit, but just out of control stuff. But yeah, that was a pretty bad performance. For every time you think Indiana's right, they're like, hey man, they've turned the corner. This is a real team we need to start taking seriously. They just kind of a couple of oofs. Maybe it was tough to get up against the Wizards, but those are the games you have to win. When you're a team like that that's trying to make a leap, and you're probably not gonna lose a lot of the games against the teams ahead of you. You got to beat the Wizards, and they didn't. Raptors drop another one to Atlanta, or drop one to Atlanta, 125-104. This is, Toronto, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? Some games they come out there and you're like, dude, how do you defend this team? How do you defend Siakam and Barnes? They're just long and weird. Malachi Flynn's doing some stuff, and then they come out there and they only score 104 points against one of the worst defensive teams in the league. Trae Young continues to put up big double-double numbers. He had 38, 11, and 5. DeJounte Murray, former president of the DeJounte Murray fan club, he had 17, 9, and 7. Clint Capella had a nice little dub. He had 18 and 15. That's 2 consecutive big double-doubles against the Raptors, too. Bogdan continues to play great off the bench. He had 26 and 3. And then the only person to talk about for Toronto was Scotty Barnes, who had 23 and 4. But yeah, just frustrating game from Toronto. I want them to be so much better. And maybe it's me. Maybe it's me that needs to adjust their expectations. Jumpshoot was asking about DeJounte. You know what, dude? Let's see what the DeJounte Murray Top Shot debut is looking like right now. I think that's something we need to take a look at. DeJounte Murray, man, remember these days. Remember the days of DeJounte. Although I say that DeJounte Murray is more likable back then. Honestly, oh no, that's his MGLE. Oh my God, I thought it was at $59. And I was like, wow, that's holding strong. $10. $10. Whoa. Tesla back to the Raptors saying, I think the big 3 of OG, Pascal, and Scotty have been good. It's all the pieces around him that don't fit. I know. I do like Malachi Flynn, though. I feel like Malachi's feisty. He's like he's your Peyton Pritchard, your Jose Alvarado. The guy just comes off the bench, a little bit of a spark plug. But yeah, they're right. I don't know if they're missing Freddie, but they're missing something. All right, speaking of the Spurs, we called it this week that LeBron, right? The Lakers had 2 games that game week I guess it was 3 games last week. Whatever. We knew that LeBron was going to sit one and AD was going to sit one. LeBron sat the first, AD sat the second, and the Spurs just beat him up 129-115. They were also without D'Lo and somebody else too. It was D'Lo, AD, and somebody else sat. But Austin Reeves, he had 22, 7, and 4. He moved into the starting lineup. LeBron with a big double-double. He had 23, 14, and 7. Rui had 25 and 4. I think a lot of people were excited to play Rui. this game week on So Rare. I think that's fine because they have 3 games in the next few days, but you're hoping that one of them sits again. I think that's the only way you're playing them. Devin Vassell, baby, 36-6. Devin Vassell is back. And then Wembanyama at 13 and 15. Superloop saying, yeah, guys, it's time to sweep the floor. It's time to sweep the floor. Listen, everybody, listen closely. Top Shot is back. DeJounte Murray is the best buy on the platform. For $10, you can, for $1,000, you can get 100 of them. You can corner the market. I've done it once. It was successful. There's no reason not to do it. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? There we go. Tesla back to the Raptors saying we need to find some shooters since those 3 are great passers, but all operate in a similar floor. That's fair. All right, let's keep going. We haven't even gotten through Friday yet. Rockets beat the Grizz. Dylan Brooks revenge, 103-96. Dylan Brooks had 26 and 7, went off in the second half. Grizz were like in control in the first half, but Triple J had 22, and then Desmond Bane 28 and 13. 13 boards, by the way. Out-rebounded Jaren Jackson Jr., his teammate, by plus 10. The other note for Memphis, no more Kenny Lofton. They released Kenneth Lofton Jr., which you not even to the, you can't even send him back down. I mean, I guess maybe he's not on a 2-way. I don't know. I was surprised by that. I mean, not that Kenny Lofton is the guy you need, but I was surprised by that. Nothing else to say about that. Good win for Houston. New York, bing bong. This was one of the games of the weekend. Jalen Brunson, man. Jalen Brunson, 9 for 9 from 3. He finished the game with 50 points, dropped 50 on the Suns, 9 dimes, and then 6 rebounds with 5 steals on top of it. Fantasy, God. Julius Randle had 23, 8, and 6. The Knicks win this game 139-122. RJ dropped 21. Beal got hurt again. Looks like he's going to miss another couple weeks. I think it was an ankle this time. Just, man, unlucky. Nurkic has been a rebounding machine. He had 21 and 12. Booker had 28 and 9, and then KD with 29 and 6. But that was brutal. Wow, Joker Rock, a grit and grind, boots on the ground, says no, I hate that. Would rather cut Rose or Smart. Wow, that's tough. That is tough. T-Rex, yeah, that's right. T-Rex arms, Desmond Bane got more boards than Triple J. But yeah, what a weekend for Jalen Brunson, or what a game from Jalen Brunson on Friday night. Really impressive stuff. Hey, we're going to take one break here. We just got through the Friday games. We're going to take a quick So Rare ad read, and we'll be right back with the rest of the weekend action. Today's NBA Bit is brought to you by So Rare. Daily fantasy sports is annoying. Constantly paying attention to injury news, who's starting, who's sitting, and just having to remember to enter your lineups each and every day. With So Rare, you just have to enter your lineup once for each game week. And instead of having to pay an entry fee each time you enter a contest with So Rare, once you buy your cards, the tournaments are free. Each game week, you'll have a chance to win more card rewards to bolster up your roster. And this year, So Rare is introducing cash prizes. So sign up for So Rare today using the link in the description, and they'll start you with 20 free common cards. And by using our link, once you buy 5 cards from auction, they'll give you a 6th one free. So sign up for So Rare today and see if you can take down Mike Sorarian. All right, Willis is in the chat. What's up, Willis? Not yet. Well, we talked about him a little bit, but we got another game to go into, and then we talk about him some more, Willis. We can. Because I saw, actually, I'll wait till we get through the next game. Saturday. It's Saturday. All right, here we go. Bucks beat the Pistons by 1,000,000. Bucks 146, Pistons 114. They let Cade play the whole game this time. That was kind of fun because they think he played like 9 minutes in the first one. He had 25 and 6. Boyan had 24. James Wise God had 17 and 6. Giannis had 22, 8, and 6. Dame dropped 33. And then Bobby Big-Eyed Portis, baby, 31 and 12 off that bench, huh? Congrats to both the Bucks and the Sixers, who continue to beat dog shit teams. I mean, Detroit's lost what? Is it 24 in a row now? 24. They're just a couple losses away from making history. I've been seeing a lot of to talk about Detroit here for a second. There's nothing to do. I think there's a lot of people like, oh, they got to make a move. Why? So you can win 6 games this season instead of 4? Nah, dude, just ride this out, man. Be historic. Be historic, okay? Just be the team that paid Monty Williams $78.5 million. And so right now he's on pace. He's on, so they've got 2 wins. Say they get 4. Well, he's on pace to get like 20, no, $17 million. $17 million. No, it's even more than that. $19 million a win, something like that. Congrats, Monty. Congrats. Yeah, trade Boyan and Beef Stew to the Mavs. I mean, you do have to move off Boyan. I don't know. I forget how old Beef Stew is. You got to move off Boyan. Like, poor Boyan. Unless Boyan is in Mike Zakarian last year of higher education zone, right? Where you're like, you know what? I actually like this. I know my role. Just going to like a wave eroding the beach. Like, I'll watch this team. I'm going to show up. I'm going to clock in. I'm going to score 17 to 20. I'm going to get the shots that I want. Everyone's going to leave me alone. Wingstop trying to distance themselves from the W promotion they have with the Pistons. Been some pretty great content. It is hilarious. The Wingstop stuff is very funny. If you haven't seen that, go find that on Twitter. Just great. I love this Detroit stuff. All right. Sixers beat the Hornets 135-82. Once again, Joel Embiid might win the MVP by playing 75% of the games. And I don't mean by sitting out the games. I just mean like playing 3 out of the 4 quarters. He had 42-15. Maxey had 21-7. And what I wrote down for the Hornets is that they sucked so bad. Just terrible. Embiid is leading the MVP talk. And I'll bring this up now. Let's actually do the Clippers game next. So the Clippers won 144-122. Randall at 22-4, Brunson 22-7-6. Clippers. I mean, the Knicks were on a back-to-back, so I knew they were going to lose this game. Dante at 18, RJ 18, but Kawhi 36-7-4, and then Paul George 25-7-4. And there was a lot of conversation on Twitter. Specifically, there's an account called Trista Kick, I think her name is, who is saying, well, dude, why aren't you idiots? Why isn't the media? She didn't say it like this, but why aren't they talking about Kawhi for MVP? Like, Kawhi's played, I think, every single game, or maybe he's missed one. If you take out that like 10-day stretch where he was a little weak, he's been awesome. He's been shooting like 62% from 3. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They look really good, right? The Clippers look really good. And I agree, like, that Kawhi has been, we've talked about it last week, like, Kawhi has been awesome. I think the problem with any sort of MVP conversation right now, like in the NBA that we're in right now, is like, yes, Kawhi has been insane. The Clippers have been very good, and yet his numbers are nowhere near the guys ahead of him. Like, how could you even make the argument of giving it to him over Joel Embiid unless you're just doing it because of vibes? Or how could you make the argument to give it to, like, Embiid's team is Embiid's record is better. Embiid's numbers are better. Giannis's record is better. Giannis's numbers are better. Luka's record is better. Luka's numbers are better. Jokic's record is better. Jokic's numbers are better. SGA's numbers are better. His team is better. Like, so he's like maybe in the top 5, but we just like comfortably rattled off those guys. So I get, why can't the conversation be like, hey, we should give Kawhi some flowers. He's having a great season. But instead we have to be like, it's embarrassing that the national media won't recognize Kawhi Leonard as an MVP candidate. Now, he's not a candidate. He's not. I think Skeets did something like this last year with No Dunks about somebody coming in and having a cup of coffee at the MVP conversation. I think DeRozan did that once, right, where he hit all those game winners in a row. The Bulls were good. Sure, you can put Kawhi in like tier 3 of the MVP conversation, but the guys that we just talked about are so far ahead of him. They're so far ahead of them that I don't know. The Clippers would have to go like 25-5 in their next 30. Then we can have that conversation. Anyways, back to the earlier games on Saturday. The Cleveland Cavaliers, man, just got smoked with injury news on Friday. Darius Garland fractured jaw from running into the Latvian man of Kristaps Porzingis. So that now they're down bad for that. Evan Mobley's out for a little bit. Yet the Cavs he had surgery, I think, so he's going to be out for a little more than a little bit. Cavs responded by beating the Hawks 127-119. Another 35-point or 30-point double-double from Trae Young. He had 35 and 10. DeJounte with 21 and 6. So Jared Allen, it's going to be Allen and Mitchell season. Allen stepped up with 25 and 14. And then the other thing, Donovan Mitchell, man. So you guys know how I feel about Donovan Mitchell. But I was impressed with him in this game because, everybody's like, oh, dude, no Garland, no Mobley. Donovan Mitchell's going to go for 45 a game. And Donovan instead had 13 dimes, had 22, 13, and 5. A much needed win. A much needed win. Tesla said, so he's not at the table. Maybe the hostess stand inquiring about availability. Yeah, he didn't make a reservation. This is good. Kawhi did not make a reservation for MVP, but he's trying to do a walk-in. He's seeing, but it is a popular restaurant. It is a popular restaurant, so there's probably going to be a wait. He's now waiting to see, like, can I sit at the bar? Like, I know the table's over there, but what if I just have dinner at the bar? That's what Kawhi's doing. But anyways, good win for Cleveland. I'm very fascinated. I don't like watching Cleveland right now, but I am excited to kind of see how they weather this storm. And if maybe we see Donovan turn into more of a point guard, dishing around. Anyways, okay, Heat beat the Bulls 118-116. Jimmy Butler said, "Remember me?" Hits a game winner. Heat win 118-116. DeRozan at 27 and 5. Patty Williams sighting 25, 7 and 4. Kobe White had 22, 7 and 5. And then Jimmy Bucks had 28 and 4. Kevin Love, Mr. Banana Republic off the bench with 22 and 7. And then Jaime Jaquez, baby. Jaime Jaquez, 18, 5 and 4. For you podcast listeners, I needed a little more coffee before that ember dies. How much more ember juice? Yeah, the ember's dying. Good win for Miami. Bam, still missing time. Stan, are you still in the chat? Do we have an update of when Bam Scam out of bio is returning? I'm just kidding. Bam's been awesome this year. They need Bam back. Hero, I think, is going to be back either tonight or tomorrow, whenever their next game is. I think they're eyeing Tyler Hero's return. And because of that, you know what we're going to do, right? Because you and I, me, us, all of us, we need a hero. And I can't find the drop. Son of a bitch. I tried to set it up. I tried to queue it up. Where is Tyler Hero? Where are you, hero? Who's ready to yell?
Well, the top.
That's me because I still can't find it. What is going on? Oh, there it is. Grote saying is Triple J, Jaime Jaquez Jr., the third best rookie. Maybe, man. I mean, Asar Thompson, I think, is still probably better, but I don't know. Jaime Jaquez has been awesome. If you're Miami, also, did you see those pictures of him at Offset's party this weekend? Looking fire. If you're Miami, just did it again. Miami did it again, man. That's just what they do. Doesn't matter who comes into their team, they're going to be great. So, congrats to Miami. Jaquez is legit. The real deal, if you will. Good for him. All right, let's keep going. We got to get through these games, baby. We're a half hour in already. We need to get through these games. Minnesota Timberwolves, 127-109. And holy hell, this is a big game. Ant and Cat combined for 77 points. Cat had 40 points and 12 boards. Ant-Man had 37 and 4. No Halliburton in this game. Bruce Brown had 17 and 5. Neesmith 17 and 5, and then Naz Reid had 17 and 5. Minnesota, baby. We're going to talk about them in a second. I don't want to not give them enough props here, but Minnesota is legit. They just keep beating whoever's in front of them, and I love it. I think they're a serious team now. All right, Warriors beat the Nets 124-120. No Draymond Green still for his indefinite suspension. Clay starting to put it together a little bit. Clay had 24 and 5. Real story, Podziemski, though. Actually, you want to go back to this? Podziemski might be in this. Podziemski took a game-winning charge against the Blazers last night. He looks great. Tesla said, is Hallie injured? I think he tweaked an ankle, but it was more of it was more of the back-to-back. It was more of the back-to-back, I think. But Cam Thomas is back. Cam Thomas, baby, 41 and 5. Claxton at 19 and 12. Curry at 37 and 3. And then Clay stringing some games together. This was an important weekend for Golden State. Like, if they had any shot of recovering, they had Brooklyn and then Portland at home. They needed to win both games. I mean, I know it's early in the season to be like, this is a must win, but you can't with no Draymond. And this is a softer part of your schedule. You're under 500. You need to string together some W's. So this is the fight of a champion. And like they even got a Wiggins game this weekend too. Not in this one, but yeah, if you're the Warriors, you're gonna feel great about Podziemski. That seems to be like a solid pick for them. Thunder and Nuggets. This was the game of the weekend. I only watched the fourth quarter of this, man. 118, 117. And the last minute of this game was awesome. Jamal Murray was having a tough shooting night. He seemed to be in his head a little bit. We get into the fourth quarter. The last like 2 minutes of the game, and they were having a tough time running their offense, which usually that two-man game is just lethal, right? And then I think it was Jokic found Michael Porter Jr. for a wide open three in the corner. It looked like the Denver Nuggets had put it away. Thunder comes storming back, and then down one. I think it was down one or up one. Either way, Jamal Murray hits a tough step back jumper to give him to look like it was like, okay, we're good to go. And it was a really tough shot. And I love Jamal Murray, man, because even like when he's having a tough game, when the game's on the line, that dude is just clutch. He just is. Like I always think he's gonna hit that shot. And then SGA said, "Hold my beer." I mean, SGA just fucking cold, man. Just like put him on skates, hits the jumper, ices the game, or gets him the game winner. And that Thunder team is so good, man. It's so good. I know they had a weird loss to the Kings the night before, 2 nights earlier. But that to go into Denver and win that game, I mean, Denver wins at home. That's what they do. They win at home. And this OKC team is legit. Chet Holmgren was flirting with a triple-double on blocks. He had 17 and 11 with 8 blocks. It said 9 for a little while, but they rescinded 1. 8 blocks. J-Dub had 24. SGA, too, didn't even get 30 points. 25, 8, and 6. Michael Porter Jr. had a double-double. He had 20 and 11. And then Jokic 24, 12, and 6. But good win for OKC. That's a professional team, professional victory over there. Dallas Mavericks, baby. Let's get that drop because we were talking about MVP candidates. Let's get some Luka magic up in this. Let's see if I can find this in a more efficient manner.
Luka magic.
Wow, Tesla calling a shot. One will be on the Raptors on their next contract. I don't know, man. The Canadian you might be getting is Andrew Wiggins, sir. All right, Luka, another game, man. No Kyrie, no problem. Again, it was against the Blazers, but 131, 120. Luka, a 40-point triple-double. This is why we can't give Kawhi the MVP right now. Luka had 40, 12, and 10. Derek Lively only played 8 minutes. I think he missed the game. Kyrie missed the game. Exum had 18. Tim Hardaway Jr. I didn't bet on him, so he dropped 25 off the bench. He had 25 and 6. Jeremy Grant returned to the Blazers lineup. He had 27 and 5. And then Anthony Simons, man. I think we'd be talking about Simons a little bit more if he didn't miss that like month early on. But he had 33, 8, and 6. He had a really nice performance. He kept them in that game. It looked like Dallas was pulling away. I know they won by double digits, but Simons just came storming on in the fourth quarter. Good win for Dallas. No Kyrie. I don't know if Kyrie is still, as we talked about that tweet, walking like Walter White Jr. I don't know when he's due back. I haven't seen anything on. Maybe Top Shot Common Man knows in the chat, but good win by Dallas. Like the beam, baby. Kings win 125-104. They beat the Jazz. Kelly Olynyk had 13 dimes. 13 dimes. Ooh, Tesla, this is a fun one. Is Simons a good Jordan Poole? That's great. It's great. Kelly Olynyk, 13 dimes, 9 and 13. Sexton, he's been awesome in losses, but he's been awesome with no Clarkson and no Keontae. He's moved into the starting lineup. I think he's been averaging 27 since that happened. He had 28 and 3. Laurie had 18 and 6. Sabone with the 20, 10 and 8. Malik had 18 off the bench, but the story of the night, Keegan Murray, baby. Kegels, 47 and 8. 47. And I think he had 45 at the end of the third. And then they were just feeding him early in the fourth quarter, too, trying to get him to 50. He was awesome. So, hey, I have to eat all the crow, and so does the rest of everybody but Borland, actually. I think Borland, I remember him on draft night saying this. But Jaden Ivey to the Pistons. Remember, we were like, dude, the Kings are so dumb. How are you going to take Keegan Murray over him? Keegan was awesome. And I bet Detroit wish they had him. All right, let's go. One more game. Oh, no, we already did Clippers and Knicks. We're on to Sunday. We already did Celtics Magic, so that's fun. The Pels beat the Spurs 146-110. Ingram had 26, Zion 15 and 8, CJ with 29. Wemby had 17 and 13 with 5 stocks. But the only thing I really wanted to do is show you this. This account got, I don't know how real this is. I don't know how real it is. So there was a Twitter account, Mr. Freeze, that doesn't look like he exists anymore. And Mr. Freeze, it looks like this might be Malachi Branham's burner account, which I loved. So here we go. How well can you guys see this? Okay, so he's responding to tweets over here. Oops. It says a couple plays earlier, he was running wide open down the middle of the court on a 3-2 fast break, and Malachi took a contested layup and missed. LMAO. Mr. Freeze replies, "You at home laughing, you broke bum." Panda Butt says, "I've been saying this for as long as the Spurs keep playing guys like Branham. They are going to have to get used to losing long losing streaks." He replies, "You're still broke." Malachi again, 1 rebound, you stink like shit. Malachi replies, "You look like shit, you bum ass clown." This account was deleted. Mr. Freeze doesn't exist anymore, and I love both things, right? If it is Malachi Branham's burner, that's fun. I like that. And you know what? We can't even hate on it because Kevin Durant did it. And if it's not Malachi Branham's burner, I think it's almost funnier because that means there's somebody who's just like, guys, Malachi Branham is him. You know, maybe I don't know what's funnier. Is it him or the fact that there is a super fan for Malachi Branham that's just defended him in the replies? But I'm here for that. I'm here for all of that. Suns beat the Wizards. They came back. They came back because the Wizards were up big. The Wizards were up big in this game. Suns come back 112-108. Daniel Gafford had 26 and 17. Tyus Jones had 22 and 11 with 6 steals. And then Katie had 28, 5 and 5. Nurk had 17 boards. Booker 27 and 8. But the other thing I need to show you guys, Jordan Poole was on one. First thing I want to show you guys is this, because Jordan Poole just like fell. And this is a great edit. This is a great edit here. And we're going to watch this. Incredible. So Jordan Poole just falls out of nowhere. And for those who are listening on the podcast, what is so great about it is they edited in Draymond Green punching him. I think that's fun. I think I'm here for that. That's a good time. That's a great edit. And then the other thing I wanted to show you guys is, so for context, right? Wizards are down 4 with like 25 seconds left in the game, 20 seconds left on the shot clock, right? And I want you guys to see the Jordan Poole shot here. Basket. Ready? Just why? With a shot. Why? Basket. And one more time. Catch and shoot glass. It's like along came Polly, Philip Seymour Hoffman just screaming glass there. Just a tough look for Jordan Poole, man. Again, you get the good, you get the bad. Jordan Poole finished that game with 14 points on 5 for 17 shooting, 2 for 9 from 3. That's tough. And the last game of the weekend, the Warriors 118-114. I already told you about Steph missing, not hitting a 3-pointer for the first time in like 200 plus games. He went 0 for 8 from 3. Clay, though, 28 and 4. So two really good Clay games this weekend. Wiggs had 25 and 7, and then Grant and Simons combined for 54. Grant dropped 30, Simons 24. And there you have it. That is the action from the weekend. Let's take one more underdog break, and then we're going to make tiers. We're going to make some NBA tiers and have some fun with it. So let's get that ad read in, and we'll be right back. Today's NBA bit is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy Sports. Whether you're drafting Luka first overall in best ball or fading Wemby blocks in the pick'ems, Underdog is where you'll find Team Hold. Sign up today at underdogfantasy.com or just click the link in the description to get started. And by signing up using promo code HOLD, HOLD, you will get a 100% deposit bonus match up to $100. That's a free honey. So sign up today using promo code HOLD, HOLD, and get started at underdogfantasy.com. All right, here we go. Welcome back. We're over here. We're doing some tiers. So here are our tiers that they're laid out for us. We've got championship contenders, serious contenders, first round exits, play-ins, and lottery. I kind of feel like first round exits, and no, that's not what I want to do. Put that. Can I just delete this? Yeah, delete this one. All right. So championship contenders, series contenders, play-ins. Actually, I think I want to delete. No, that's it. Well, let's do the lottery first, and I want you guys' help with this. So I'll start with the lottery. Let's get the Jazz in there. Where the Pistons, the Jazz, the Hornets, and the Blazers, right? I think those are the 4. No, I'm sorry. I think I'm missing a team here. Am I missing anybody that's in like the lottery? Oh, the Spurs. Excuse me, the Spurs. I knew I was missing one. So there you go. That's our lottery team. I don't think we need to fire anybody else in there, right? Pistons, Hornets, Jazz, Blazers, Spurs. All right, let's do it one at a time. Mavericks. Would you guys put Mavericks in serious contenders or contenders? I don't know even what the difference is between that. I don't think the Mavericks aren't interested in playing defense, so I think serious contenders might be a. Oh, I forgot the Wizards. Thank you. I forgot the Wizards in the lottery. This is why we're doing it together. I think the Dallas Mavericks aren't serious enough on defense to be considered serious contenders yet. So I would put them in the contenders, but put it in the chat. Are you guys play-ins, contenders, serious contenders? Where are you guys with the Mavs? Maybe it's not fair to judge them yet because Lively's going to continue to grow. He's still super young. And you don't have Kyrie, and yet you're still battling away. Common Man said a healthy Mavs would be a tier above. So you'd put them in serious contenders? All right, I'm going to leave them in contenders for now, but if the chat decides serious, I'll move them along. Rockets, I have at the play-in. I think the Rockets, if they were hosting all their playoff series, maybe they'd have a chance to get out of the first round, but Houston can't win on the road. That's what we've learned. So I'm going to put them in the play-in. I think that's pretty fair. I think the Brooklyn Nets are right there with the play-in as well, right? They might end up in, maybe I should have kept the first round exit because of how bad the Eastern Conference is. They might just be in the 6th seed, especially with all the injuries to Cleveland. But I think Brooklyn is a play-in team. Cleveland, I'm also going to put Cleveland in contenders. I think Cleveland and Dallas are pretty much the same type of squad here in the sense that I think they both have upside if they're right. I think obviously the Mavs have a little bit more upside because they have a 40-point triple-double guy in Luka. They also have Kyrie, who's been there before. But I think the Cleveland team is a more well-rounded team that actually play defense. But I do feel like they have similar ceilings here. Actually, maybe Dallas's ceiling is a little bit higher, but I think Cleveland is right in that spot as well. Celtics, I'm going to put in championship contender. I think that's fair. They are the best team in the East right now. They look good. They just need to stay healthy. That's their biggest thing. Sneeps disagrees. He says lottery. Okay, Sneeps. I think Minnesota is the fun one, though. The Timberwolves. Do you think they are championship contenders right now? Are the Minnesota Timberwolves championship contenders? Please put your response in the chat. When we look at the standings, right, the Timberwolves are 19-5. 19-5. They're 11-1 at home, 8-4 on the road. Winners of 8 of their last 10. They've beaten teams like the Pacers, the Mavericks. Where are some other good W's they've had? They beat the Thunder. They beat the Sixers. They beat the Knicks. They beat the Pelicans. They beat the Warriors, the Celtics, the Nuggets, the Heat. I feel like we have to take them seriously. I know you're like we're like, oh, let's wait till they prove it. I kind of want to put them in championship contenders, but maybe if we want to say we haven't seen them win playoff games before, serious contenders. But I'm telling you, I'm willing to move them up to championship contenders. But here's the thing. I think if we're going to put Minnesota, I think Minnesota and OKC have to be in the same rung. So if you have Minnesota as serious contenders, I think that's where OKC belongs. OKC, again, similarly has not done it in the playoffs yet. They're solid though, man. They win those tough games, like a 16-8, right? 8-4 on home, 8-4 on the road. We just saw them beat Denver in Denver. They've beaten Golden State, the Mavs, the Lakers, the Bulls. Oh, Bulls, we don't have to. The Suns, we can shout out. So I'm going to put them in serious contenders as well. I think they're serious contenders. We'll put them there. Now, how about Heat culture? What are we doing with Miami here? Miami, who I feel like without being healthy at all this season, they are 15-11. They started out 1-4, right? So that's 14-7 since, and most of that without Bam and without Hero. I think they belong in the same category as the Wolves, the Thunder, and Miami Heat. I'm giving Miami some love, baby. I'm giving Miami some love. I'm willing to bet, right, that if we come back and do this again right before the All-Star break and Bam and Hero and Jimmy are all healthy, I'm willing to move them up one more tier because I could see them ripping off some W's. Philly's schedule is about to get a little bit harder. And they're really only they're 3.5 games behind Philly and 1.5 behind the Bucks. And I'm again, I don't want to project too much. I want to wait till they actually come back. But if Bam, Jimmy, and Hero are all there, I'm willing to move them up. But right now, I'd put them in the same category as Minnesota, OKC, and Miami. And Miami's got a little bit of an edge because they are, they've done it before. Let's do some other stuff here. Bulls. I'm gonna put Bulls in the play-in, even though they are. I think the East sucks. Right now, they're 10-17. They're just one game out. They seem to have found something with Kobe White ever since they stopped playing Levine. So I'm going to put them in the play-in. I don't think that's fair to put them in the lottery, so we'll put them in the play-in. I'm also going to put Golden State in the play-in, and they'll be lucky to get into the play-in right now. Golden State, with no Draymond for whoever knows how long, they are 2 games out of the play-in right now. They are 12-14. And again, I'm just going to rattle off Stan, I actually don't know if they're going to tank. I don't know if they're going to tank. We'll see. I could be wrong about that, but I think Chicago's still trying. All right, let's go back to. Oh, wait, hold on. Grote said Cavs are not contenders, more of a puncher's chance, in my opinion. I know, but maybe I should have left first round exit up there then. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it. But they're not playing. I think they're 1 tier above playing. Real quick, though, let's look at the West. Timberwolves, OKC, Dallas, Denver, Kings, Clippers, Pels, Lakers, Rockets, Suns. That's your top 10. The Warriors are 2 games out from the Suns. I don't know who drops. Houston seems too tough. I don't think that Houston's all of a sudden going to lose like 15 in a row. I am nervous that they only have 2 wins on the road this year, but I don't know if Houston falls out. Lakers aren't going to. I don't think the Lakers fall out. The Pels are now 5 games over 500. Nobody wants to give the Pels any love. They're actually healthy again. Trey Murphy's back. He looks good. So, who is it that falls out of the top 10 there? The Clippers are now 5 games over 500. The Warriors legit might have a better shot at the lottery than the play-in game. I just don't know who falls out. I mean, their best bet, honestly, is knowing that Bradley Beal isn't coming back for a couple weeks, that maybe KD or Booker gets hurt. That's the only way I can see them coming back there. Anyway, so there we go. I'm going to put the Warriors in the play-in. And it's, man, poor Steph Curry. All right, what do you do? I'm going to put the Lakers fresh off a Western Conference final. I still think the Lakers are serious contenders. I do. I don't think they are championship contenders. I think they're serious contenders. Until they make a couple of moves here at the deadline. I don't know where D'Lo's going to end up. Do they get Gabe Vincent back, and is he useful? I'm going to put him in serious contenders. I think he belongs on that. They belong on that line until LeBron retires. LeBron and AD, they are serious contenders. Memphis Grizzlies. I forgot to put the Grizzlies in the lottery. That's my bad. You think Lakers are a play-in team? I don't know, man. I mean, I guess they might make the play-in because they don't care about it, but I don't know. I still think their ceiling is championship. Their ceiling is championship. Let's get an easy one in here. I think the Pels who right now are in the 7 seed, I think they're going to be a play-in team. I don't see them winning more than a play-in game. They might make it into the first round, and then I think they get bounced. I think they're tough, but now let me tell you that this is a tough one. What do you guys? Let's put Denver up. Denver's a championship contender. I'm also going to put the Bucks up as championship contenders as well. I think though this makes sense, right? Yeah, there we go. Stan says worried Lakers stars haven't missed games yet. Yeah, that's true. They have to stay healthy. They can't afford any injuries. Okay. I think this is right so far. Championship contenders, Celtics, Nuggets, and Bucks. I think they are the 3 best teams in the league. They are the 3 prohibitive favorites, I think. I don't think let's do the Kings next. Light the beam. Where do you put light the beams? Are they serious contenders? They have yet to win a playoff series, even though I know we love them, right? Sabonis and Fox. They look tough this season, right? They have been winning outside of that stretch where I think they lost 3 of 4 or 4 of 5 with no De'Aaron Fox. They are 15-9, 7-3 in their last 10, 9-3 at home, 6-6 at the road. They seem relatively healthy. Keegan Murray, obviously, we just talked about him getting 47 points against the Jazz. They look good. Are we putting them in serious contenders or contenders? Are you putting them on the same plane as the Minnesota Timberwolves, OKC Thunder, Miami Heat, Lakers? I'm hesitant to put them up at serious contenders. I think they're more on this range here of contenders, and that might be some bias. I'm going to put them in contenders. I know Joker Rock says tier 2. Common Man called them the Queens. I don't really know. I don't really know. I'm gonna put the Pacers in the play-in and the Hawks in the play-in because that's just what's gonna happen. That's just what's gonna happen. I know we've probably got too many teams in the play-in already, but we've got 1, 2, and actually not really. When we look at the Hawks have like play-in aspirations just because they are in the East. Again, they are 10 and 15. They're tied with the Raptors for that play-in spot. And the Pacers are 13 and 11. They're on the higher end of that playoff spot. I mean, the play-in spot. So I think that's right so far. Sixers, I'm going to put in serious contenders. Again, they've been playing great. Great start of the season. They're in the 3 seed, 18 and 7, 8 and 4 away, 10 and 3 at home. But I just don't know who they've beaten yet, and I want to see them play some more real teams. Yes, Stan, I totally agree with this. Keegan unlocks their ceiling. He does. If he can be like he defends already. He already defends pretty well. But if he can be consistently knocking down shots, and then you're not relying on Kevin Huerter. But if you get a Kevin Huerter game, cool. If you get a Malik Monk game, cool. I agree with you. I'm going to put Knicks in contenders. I feel like all of these teams are on the same level. Magic. Oh man. I shouldn't have gotten rid of the first. You know what? Let's see if we can add a row. Let's add a row below. No, add a row below first round exit. I'm sorry. I can't believe I did this. First round exit. Add a row below. There we go. Did we do it? Oh my God. What did I just do? What did I just do? Hold on. What did I do here? Wow. Look at me just nuking this. All right, here we go. What is going on? Contenders. That's hilarious. For the podcast people, I just screwed up everything. Let's delete this row. Delete this row. And then delete this row. Okay, we're back. I'm so sorry. What a dumbass. All right, let's put the Mavs as contenders. There we go. This makes more sense to me. I'm gonna put the Knicks there for first round exit here. Let's add the Pels here because I think the Pels belong. Right there. And then I'm going to put the Magic there. This makes more sense to me. I'm going to put the Magic there. I'm going to put the Raptors in the play-in with the rest of them. I think this looks better. This looks better here. Because I do think the Magic are going to make the playoffs. But I do think, and I wouldn't be surprised if they won a series. I really wouldn't, because they play defense, and that's what translates into the playoffs. But first time for that team doing anything. So there we go. You said Pels, but moved Pacers above? Oh, no, sorry. I meant Pacers. I'm going to keep that because I think the Pacers are going to make the first round, and then they're going to lose. I think the Pels will stay right here. I'm going to keep the Pels right there. All right, what do you guys do? What do you guys think about the Suns and the Clippers? I think it is hard to accurately assess what Phoenix is. I mean, I think the fact that they haven't had anybody healthy at all. They played like 7 minutes of the big three, and there's still 2 games over 500. But they are asking a lot of Kevin Durant early in the season. So they can't have KD get hurt. They can't have Booker get hurt. I want to put them in contenders because I think if they're right, that offense is legit. Nurk has been a rebounding machine for them. But honestly, when you look at the rest of the West, like I do think I would take Minnesota. I mean, God, I think I would take Minnesota, OKC. I think I would take all the teams ahead of them. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to chicken out. I'm going to put the Clippers and the Suns on the same tier. Yeah, I agree with this, Stan. The West is crazy. I'm going to put them both in contenders because I do think their ceiling is high enough that they have to be taken seriously. But with how deep the West is and how risky their floor is for both of these teams, they could just be one and done. So they're too good to be a first-round exit team, but they're too risky to be anything more than that. So here we go. This is the final run. Here's our lottery teams. The Detroit Pistons, the Charlotte Hornets, the Utah Jazz, the Trailblazers, the Spurs, the Wizards, the Grizzlies are play-in teams. Houston Rockets, Brooklyn Nets, Chicago Bulls, Golden State Warriors, New Orleans Pelicans, Atlanta Hawks, and Toronto Raptors. Our first-round exit teams, the Cavs, the Pacers, the Magic. Our contenders, we've got the Mavericks, the Kangs, the Knicks, the Suns, and the Clips. And series contenders, we've got the first place Timberwolves, who I'm sure like some people are like, they're frauds. And then all Minnesota people are like, how do you put the best team in the league right now in series contenders? And I get it. OKC Thunder, Miami Heat, the Lakers, and the Sixers, and then championship contenders. We've got the Celtics, the Nuggets, and the Bucks. And I'm going to tell you what, if we come back here 2 weeks from now and the Clippers are still on this run, they are going to move up. This is the one that could move up, I think. So there you have it. That is our run. There you go. I like it. I think we're pretty good. I don't think I've pissed off too many people. So there we go. That was some tears. All right, gang, listen. This is what we got for the rest of the week. NBA bit Monday through Thursday. No NBA bit on Friday because I think I'm going to be traveling. I think I'm going to be on the road when the bit would be starting. So we still will do live before lock on Friday, but on location. So the NBA bit Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. I think we've got the Cavs back tonight at 7 p.m. and on our Team Hold So Rare channel at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, live before lock. Value hunting already went up. I put that up yesterday. On Wednesday, Shot Tank will be back, and we'll do some more underdog stuff and maybe some So Rare conversations as well. We'll also have So Rare Sharps this week. I think that's it. I think that's it for content. So we got another busy week. Appreciate everybody being here this morning. I hope you have a great start to the week. Again, if you're on the East Coast, baby, stay safe. It's getting darker out here again. All right, let's get it. Have a good day. Wrong closing video. So embarrassing.